prarabdha karmas are matching. Your prarabdha karma relate to Vedanta. Sthula Bhova and my prarabdha karma to share, matching. That is why both of us are in Jagat Avastha. The greatest matchmaker is Bhagavan. Here you see, you have to meet him. He has to meet you, and I have to meet both of you. So perfectly organized. All right, shall we start? The name of the text is Drishya Viveka, because to the methodology of Drishya, it helps us to understand the reality. The text is Vakya Sudha, because it gives the central message, the nectarine message of the Mahavakyas. In Mahavakyas you have two components. One is me, right? And another is the Lord. And then an important component making both of them equal, same, identity. It's like x is equal to x. Okay? X is equal to x. So x is one aspect, one side, right side of the equation, left side of the equation. Y, x is equal to x is said, so another x is also the left side of the equation, right side of the equation. And then you have the symbol which says both of them are equal. Here it's not equal, it's identical. Okay. So far we have completed one portion of it, which is the individual. Now we start the other portion, which is a totality. And what Vedanta finally says is that the essence of the individual and the essence of the totality is one and the same. Meaning, the essence of you and the essence of the entire world is one and the same. Totality is God. Usually in other religions, God means something far away, something apart. But in Vedanta and Hinduism, whatever you want to call, they say the first thing which a mother teaches a child, when the child starts asking about God, where is God? What does the mother say? God is everywhere. Is it? This statement you will not find in other religions. Because for them, God is not everywhere. Where is God? He is in the heaven. What is he doing? He is sitting in a chair. This conception is not there in our. Where is God? God is everywhere. So at one portion is I, at one level or one what call equation. If you want to say, let us say A, B, let us say A is equal to B. If you want to say A is at the level of individual, B is at the level of the total, and the identity is to say that the essence of the individual, the essence of the totality is equal to what? God. I is whole cosmos, is one and the same. Are you getting it? This is the message of the Mahabharata. Say Tat, totality, God. Tvam, individuality. Asi, that's it. Are you getting this point? So this text is giving that message. And that is why it's called Vakya Sudha. Now what is the message you found about Tvam? Tvam, you. In Sanskrit, Tvam means you. What is the message you found about yourself, of your real nature? Consciousness. And we also saw consciousness is existence. So Sat, Chit. And we also saw it is Purna Ananda. Morning we saw. So what is your real nature? Your real nature is Satchidananda. Now other than you, what all is there, you think? What all is other than you? Can you give me some other than you, what all is there? Nature. Nature. By nature means you mean trees, plants, mountains, rivers, right? Then something else. Mind, yes. That is also other than you. Materialistic thing, watch, specs, box, etc. etc. Senses, body. Contact things. Now all these things is what? World. Other than you. What is world other than you? If you think world, you is the body, then other than you is this, then it becomes the world. But once you know your real nature to be pure existence, consciousness, bliss, what happens? Other than that, everything is the world. Ho gaya, mind bhi world ho gaya. Interesting, huh? Did you ever think mind is world? But once you know yourself, that your existence, consciousness, bliss, the Drig, then what happens? Everything is Drishya becomes the world. Correct? So that which can be expressed as this, meaning apart from you, an object is the world. So now the question comes, where does this Drishya come from? Meaning, not just where does the mountain, the river, the sea, the ocean come from. Not just the specs on the box and the watch come from. Not just the body, where does it come from, but also where does the mind come from. Okay? And this substratum for the whole world, is called as this, first of all, this whole thing together is called God. This whole thing together. This whole thing means what? Entire cosmos. So we can use the word cosmos. This entire cosmos is God. The entire totality is God. And you cannot grasp the totality. You cannot say this much is a totality. Isn't it? Can you say? And you know, when you talk of totality, we are only talking of physical totality. Now there is something called as the subtle totality. Like how the mind is there, so much is there, isn't it? Yeah? It's a very different kind of understanding of God, correct? The physical totality, the subtle totality, which is the minds of all of us and n number of beings put together. The subtle. And then everything goes, we saw, no? Everything goes into a causal. Yeah? Causal. Everything is the expression of the Lord. And the expression of the Lord is also Lord. Yes? So the question now comes, where does all these things come from? And that is what we are going to answer. And finally, you know what we will say? That essence from which everything comes, and the essence of me is one and the same. Not like A is equal to B, or not like prove that the triangle of this dimension, angle this, and the triangle of this and this are similar. No. We are saying it's going to be one and the same. Today itself you must have got a hint of that. When I said that between Chaitanya is also consciousness, Farshid is also consciousness, in between also there is consciousness. Isn't it? But why we cannot see that consciousness expressing? Because absence of mind. In other words, it is one expanse of consciousness. And in that expanse of consciousness, you find some waves. You are one wave, I am one wave, he is one wave, she is another wave. Different waves. One expanse of consciousness, waves come. We are not waves, we are bubbles. You can say this world is a wave. And in that we are one bubble. Can you get this vision? This is consciousness here also. But only the power of mind is not there. Whereas this is consciousness only, but mind is there. Therefore, the being all is not there. Okay? So where does this world of names and forms arise? When I say world of names and forms, from the linga. What is linga? The two things put together. The karta plus the karana. Starting from that, all these things. This building, everything. Where does it come from? Of course, it has to come from consciousness only, is it not? Because there is only one thing there, which is a substratum. And from that, everything comes about. And when you say everything comes out from the consciousness, naturally, there's a power in that consciousness which makes all these things manifest. Power means what? Capacity. If the world has come from consciousness, because consciousness alone is there from which everything has come, like from the ocean, water, all the waves have come. The capacity in the water to become the wave, to become the bubble, to become the breaker, to become the breaker, large waves called breaker, to become a tsunami. If not for tsunami, which happened, you would not know what is tsunami, correct? You will know what is tsunami. Breaker is a larger wave, but not a tsunami. Right? There's a capacity in the water to become all these. The same way, there's a capacity in consciousness to become all these. Shakti, we call it Shakti. Shakti is power, capacity, energy. Everyone has Shakti now. Everything has got Shakti. Everything has got Shakti. I have some Shakti. You have some Shakti. Everything has got some Shakti. Milk has also Shakti. Water has got Shakti. Fire has got Shakti. Everything has got Shakti. That principle from which everything has come, you think that will have no Shakti? That consciousness little borrowed this antakarana and there's so much there to be. What will that have? You pop. And imagine that. Whose ma cannot be, ma means measure. Whose ma cannot be measured is Maya. Ma is measured. Ya ma. Ya ma. That's ma. Ma means not mother here. Whose measure? Ya ma is Maya. Ya, that ma measure. So that power of that consciousness, that capacity of that consciousness is Maya. And the word Maya also means interesting. Maya means illusion. Huh? The water becomes a wave, water becomes a bubble, water becomes a breaker, water becomes a tsunami. But actually what are all these? Water only. Right? Water only, H2O only. H2O only we give these names like so. Actually what? H2O. So what is tsunami? H2O. What is wave? H2O. What is bubble? H2O. These appearances are only we see, but it's not true. It's not that true. That's all we can say. It's not that true. It's not that we cannot say wave is not there. Wave is there, we are seeing the wave, but not that true. Truly it is H2. For you, a bubble is a bubble. But for a ant, it is a tsunami. Is it not? Try. Don't try. and it goes. One drop of water you put into this. What level? One drop of water. Finish. How much trouble? For you put one drop, you say not sufficient. So what is a wave, what is a bubble, what is a tsunami? These are just names. These are not. What is the truth? It is H2O. Right? Since the power of consciousness, Maya, creates names and forms which are really speaking not that true. Therefore, that power which creates those things which are not that true is also only that much true. Only that much true. Meaning, only apparent. It is called apparent. That which creates apparent things, the mother of that is also called apparent. Okay, you can call misapparent, no problem. Okay? So that power, capacity of consciousness by which it creates these apparent world. Apparent world, it is appearing, but really speaking it is not that. Tsunami is appearing, but really speaking it is not tsunami, it is H2O. So that consciousness power from which the world comes out, what will that be? Water from which the waves comes about. What are the waves? Water. Consciousness, existence, Satchidananda, from which the world comes about. What will the world be? What will that word be? I'll again repeat. Water, the power of water creates waves. What is wave? Water. The power of gold creates ornaments. Yeah, gold is malleable, ductile, it is true. And because of that it becomes ornament. Power, that's the power. Gold ornament is what? The power of consciousness, we call it Maya. Because of which it becomes this whole world. That world will be called what? That world will be actually what? Consciousness. Consciousness power is called Maya, because of which the world comes about. Power of water, because of which waves comes about. Wave is equal to water. Wave is there. I am not saying wave is not there. It is there. We are seeing the wave, but it is not actually wave. Because wave is only just some name you are giving for that kind of water. Correct? That kind of water you are calling as wave. You are calling wave, ant is not calling wave. What is the color of this? Who says? Whose eye says? Who is this mind here? Human being. Let's call a dog. What's the color? You ask the dog. Suppose a dog can speak, say black and white. Because it sees only black and white. Call a snake and ask, what is the color? Snakes can see ultraviolet and infrared. Better than you. So what is the color? God knows. What is the color? What do you say? What is the color? What is color? What is shape? What is form? What is beauty? You look at that cat and say, ugly cat. How many cats are running behind that cat? You know? What is ugly? What is beautiful? This plant is nice or that plant is nice? You have no idea which is nice. These are all just imaginary concepts. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Maya. All Maya means what? Actually consciousness appearing to have some value. God knows who gives value, so He create some value and we keep that stuff. Like how we all get one paper and say this is 1 rupee, 10 rupee, 100 rupee. Who gave? All of us joined together, we give 100 rupee. And then we run the world. And all our eyes decided this is green. And we are running the world. We have all the colors based on that clock industry is there. We are running the world. And we make also rules. Whenever green is there on the road, you can go. Red is there, stop. Everything is practical. But nothing is true. Yeah? Just because something is practical doesn't make it true. And just because truth is not practical doesn't make it false. Swami, why are you telling all these things? Next verse, let us read. Shakti-dvayam hi mayaya. Shakti-dvayam hi mayaya. Vikshepa-vriti-rupakam. Vikshepa-vriti-rupakam. Vikshepa-shaktir-lingadi. Vikshepa-shaktir-lingadi. Brahmandantam jagat-srije. Brahmandantam jagat-srije. Shakti-dvayam hi mayaya. Vikshepa-vriti-rupakam. Vikshepa-shaktir-lingadi. Brahmandantam jagat-srije. So, this consciousness whose power is called Maya, we have seen why it is called Maya, right? Whose power is incomparable, whose effects are apparent. Therefore it's called Maya. We have seen it. It has got two powers. This author always likes to do 2, 3, 4. It's very, what do you call, a very systematic thinker, classifier, classifies everything. It has got two powers. Shakti-dvayam. The power is called Maya, yes, and it has got two sub-powers. Shakti itself is called Maya, and that Shakti has got two sub-Shakti, and that is called as what? Vikshepa Avriti. Rupakam of the form. Okay. So you can put Maya Shakti, then you can put underneath 2. One is called as Avriti Shakti. Or here according to Vikshepa comes first. So Vikshepa Shakti, and next is Avriti Shakti. First he is speaking about Vikshepa Shakti. Because from Vikshepa he will take us to Avriti. Vikshepa, Avriti. The word Vikshepa means Vividam Shepa. That's what I'm saying. Vividam Shepa. Meaning multifarious projections. A multitude of projection. So you can say Vikshepa projecting power, you can say, but that is not perfect translation. Multifarious projecting power. Vikshepa Shakti. V, multifarious, Vividam. Kshepa, projection. Presenting, showing, throwing. And what does this Vikshepa Shakti do? This Maya powers Vikshepa Shakti, it Lingadi Brahmandantam Sajay. Lingadi is what? Adi is beginning. The entire world actually begins with what? Begins with. When you say world, okay, world, the first aspect of the world is what? Your mind. So starting from the mind, Brahmandanta. Brahmandanta is the external cosmos. Brahmanda is cosmos. the outer world. So starting from the inner mind, so-called inner mind, because you keep the body as some limit. That which within the body you call inner, outside the body you call outer. So from the inner mind up to the entire world, Brahmanda. Brahmanda is cosmos. And cosmos, you all know what is cosmos. No? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. No. They are correct only. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, then Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto. Uranus is there. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. This makes one solar system, right? And there are many solar systems, many stars, and every system. And all of them become what is called as one galaxy. And how many galaxies are there? How many? We do not know. Infinite galaxies are there. Right? This is all Brahman. And all of them comes under Bhuloka, according to our Vedic cosmology. Comes under Bhuloka. All of them. Bhuloka means don't think only Earth. All these things comes under Bhuloka. And then like how many lokas are there? 14 lokas are there. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Vatala, Guru, Guha, Swara, Mahaja, Hata, Satya. This is called one Brahman. One Brahman. How many tell slowly you want to know? Useless. You don't have to know. Just for one Brahman. Like it, how many Brahmandas are there? Ananta Koti Akhanda Brahmandas. God, what do you think? It is the power of consciousness, not your MLA's power. Power of consciousness. Like how the water has got a power to appear as waves and bubbles and breakers and tsunami, etc. Like that. And that power by which the water appears in this various form is a Vikshepa. Is it not? Vikshepa Shakti of water. Water has got a power, and that power can be thought as Vikshepa. Right? From this consciousness, starting from the mind, the subtle one, up to this grass world, everything comes about. Vikshepa. So creation comes about because of which Shakti? Vikshepa Shakti. This Vikshepa Shakti is part of which Shakti? Maya Shakti. Maya is a Shakti of what? Consciousness. Like this. Okay. But when you say creation, what is creation? Next verse.
सृष्टिर्नाम ब्रह्मरूपे सच्चिदानन्दवस्तुनि अब्धौ फेनादिवत् सर्व नामरूप प्रसारणा सृष्टिर्नाम ब्रह्मरूपे सच्चिदानन्दवस्तुनि अब्धौ फेनादिवत् सर्व नामरूप प्रसारणा
Satchidananda Vastuni. You see that word? Satchidananda Vastuni. You see that? Sat existence, Chit consciousness, Ananda Purna or fullness are very difficult. If I translate Ananda as joy, you will think in the mind levels of joy. If I think as happiness, if I translate again, you have a problem. So I leave Ananda as Purna, completeness, fullness. Okay? Where there is no trace of sorrow. Where there is no trace of joy also. Because if sorrow is there, joy should be there. And joy should be there means sorrow should be there. These are two sides of the same coin. It is beyond the coin. So that is left as fullness. Better. So in that, which is Satchitananda, Vastuni, in that entity, in that reality. And that reality, what is the name we give? We give the name Brahma. Brahma, the full. Brihatvat Brahma, the full. Meaning, there is no limitation in it. It is not limited by space, meaning it is not in a particular object like this shape. It is not limited by time, because consciousness is not limited by time. It is not there, you cannot say it was there in the past, it has gone now. No. No space, no time, nothing, no limitation. In that name Brahma we agree. You remember like how we gave name for consciousness Sakshi? It's a naming. Actually it is Satchidananda, but we call it as Sakshi. Here also it is Satchidananda, but we are giving the name Brahma. Because the infinite has come from that, na? So the infinite has come from that should be also infinite. Therefore we give the name Brahma. That consciousness we call it as Sakshi. Why did we call it as Sakshi? Because it is changeless. We gave a name for that. Now here, with respect to the world, we are giving Satchidananda a name. And what is the name we are giving? Brahma. There we give Sakshi because of a reason. Here we are giving Brahma because of a reason. What is the reason here? Because it is infinite. And we are talking about the infinite world. For every name there is a reason also. Brihatva. We are talking of an infinite world, and therefore the substratum from which the world comes must also be infinite. So many waves, which means the ocean is so vast. Right? So much of Brahmanda, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Satala, Mahatala, Patala, Bhuva, Swama, Janata, Pasatya, 14 world water Brahmanda. Like the Rakata Koti Brahmanda, I said, not much to do. Brahma. Right? So, in that Brahman. And what is that Brahman actually? Satchidananda. Don't forget, what are you? Satchidananda. Overfull now. Finally, we have to show both are same. That is the point. In that Satchidananda Brahman, what happens? What is Srishti? Srishti Nama. Srishti is defined as. Nama, whenever it comes, defined as. Creation is what? Abdau Penadi Badu. Abdau means in water. In water. Pena is what? Foam. And foam is only on top. I think you all must have gone to the ocean, sometimes played in the seas. All of you have done that? Is there any Pavam soul here who has not seen the sea? Anybody there? No, no. Suppose you stand there in the water. No? The waves are coming. They come. And then, what happens? And after, when you're standing there, all the sand under your leg is also going. You don't know? Yeah. And then, you look at that. It comes and hits you. Right? And then, when the water goes back, those bubbles now, those are called pena. How insignificant. Creation is like that, so insignificant. What is the ocean and what is the pena? There is the ocean, such depth. Can anyone comprehend the depth of the amount of water in the ocean? And in that Pena. But what interests us? What do we see? Pena only we see. And it's very nice. Like how in water there is this foam. And the foam is what actually? Water. In the same way, in that Sachidananda Vastu, Nama Rupa Prasarana. Prasarana, the expanse. The expanse of name and form. The expanse of forms, colors, shapes, sounds, touches, smells. And for each one of them, we give a name. Isn't it? What do you call this? Glass. What do you call this? Plate. What do you call this? Box. For each rupa, you give a particular nama in your language. இது என்னது? தட்டு. இது என்னது? டப்பா. இது என்னது? டம்ளர். And some names become common and all. Tumbler is in English also, no? Yeah, it's English name. So we give different names for different objects. Rupa here, Sarva, Nama, Rupa is there. Nama means name, Rupa means form. But form is not only form. Form is indicative of. Form we see with the eye, isn't it? With nose, smell. And for different smells also we give different names. Pungent odor. Odor. Pungent odor. Fragrant odor. Fragrant we don't see odor. We say fragrance. Somehow the word odor is associated only with terrible things. We give different names. So what is creation? Creation is only this much. What? Creation is a spread of forms to which we give names, wherein we project on the reality vastu, which is Sachidananda. This is creation. Can you have a more simpler definition of creation? What is creation? Creation is projection of names and forms on reality. Over. You didn't mention about Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Tala. That is all name and form. You didn't mention about the creation of the planets and the stars and the satellites and the comets. That's all names and forms. In truth, what is creation? Nama Rupa Prasarana. Essence. This is Sara of creation. So which brings about the creation? Which brings about the creation? Vikshepa Shakti. First we should say that. Whose Vikshepa? Which Vikshepa Shakti? Maya's Vikshepa Shakti. Whose Maya Shakti? Which is same as Satchitananda, and which is there, the substratum of you also. Alright. So now we have seen Vikshepa Shakti. Now, what does Avriti? You said the Maya has got two powers, sub-powers, Vikshepa Shakti and Avriti Shakti, Vikshepa Shakti and Avriti Shakti. What does Avriti Shakti now do? That we'll see.
Antardrishyovedam Bahishya Brahma Sargayoho Avrunotya
आवृणोत्यपराशक्तिः
सा संसारस्य कारणम् अन्तर्दृश्ययोर्भेदम् बहिश्च ब्रह्मसर्गयोः आवृणोत्यपराशक्तिः सा संसारस्य कारणम्.
Avriti Shakti. The word Avriti means, is it there in your language? Avriti, Avarana. Is it there? That which covers. Avarana. That which veils. Veils, covers, hides, obstructs. So one is a projecting power, another is a hiding power. The two powers of Maya. So projecting power projects the world of names and forms on reality. And what does Avriti Shakti do? It hides at two levels, or it hides at two not levels, it hides at two areas. Let us find a better word in some time. Inside and outside. So now again you put Avriti Shakti 2. Vikshepa Shakti lower, na? Maya, Vikshepa Shakti, Avriti Shakti. In Avriti Shakti, its function is in two places, two areas. Again you have to again do that. Inside, outside. In two realms it functions. Got it? In two realms. One is an inner realm, another is an outer realm. In the inner realm, what does it do? In the inner realm, antaha Drig Drishyayoho Bhedam. Bhedam is difference. In the inside means keeping the body as a reference point, inside and outside we are talking. Body also is a kind of inside kind, Antaha, in the inside, what does it do? It hides the difference between consciousness, the Drig, and the Drishya. Remember Drig and Drishya? Drig is seer. Drishya is seen. And what is the Drig? Consciousness. The ultimate knower, the ultimate seer, you yourself. It hides the difference between you and Drishya. What is the Drishya here? Mind, one, then senses, then the body. It hides the distinction means what? It makes you think you are that. Suppose I ask you, who are you? What will you say? I'm sure everybody will say their name first. Right? And suppose I ask you, tell me something about you, what will you say? You will say, Swami, I am from this place. Okay? And what else will you say? I have studied this and this. And then what will you say? I am working here and there. And then what do you say? My hobbies are so and so. All good things about you will say that much I know. And all these things are what belong to Drishya only. I am from Kolhapur. Kolhapur is what your body was born. The body. Correct? And what do you study? Your mind intellect studies. What are your hobbies? Mind intellect hobbies. Where are you working? Again belonging to the mind intellect body. Correct? And this you take it to be yourself. Whereas you are what? Consciousness. So this way, Avriti Shakti it veils your real nature, because of which you take yourself to be the Drishya. That distinction between the seer and the seen is lost because it veils. Is it not? It is our experience now. This is our experience. Until Vedanta came and told us, no, you are not the Drishya, you are not the mind, you are not the senses, you are not the body, but your consciousness. Till that time, did you know anything? So we are naturally born with this veiling. And what is naturally we are having, only we are telling. Is a description of the state of affairs. We see the world and then we say, this is a creation of the Maya Shakti. And then we say, this projection is there, therefore there must be a projecting power. And I do not know my real nature, therefore I say, this Maya must have one more power. You see? And these powers are therefore inferentially presented. Do you get what I am saying? Shastra is only explaining to us the state of affairs. How do you know that there is Maya power? Because there is creation, we know. From consciousness, something must have come. And from consciousness, everything has to come in. There should be a power of consciousness. Therefore, that power we give a name. And that is what we call Maya. And we explain why we call it Maya also. How do you know that Maya has got Vikshepa Shakti? Because there is a projection, therefore we call that power which projects all these things, which power we call projecting power. How do you know there is Avarana Shakti? Because in this projection, I take myself to be this Drishya, and therefore Karyanumeya Sudhideva Maya. The Maya is Anumeya, it's inferred. That there is the Maya power is not something what you see with your eyes, no? You are inferring. From the effect you infer the cause. From the smoke you infer the fire. From the creation you infer a creative power. I see somebody singing, I see somebody playing music. Then what do? I infer that person is a creative artist. So I see, suppose I don't see the person, and I hear, let us say, music, or let us say, immediately what do I ask? Who's playing? I ask a question. Because why? This effect cannot be without a cause. And immediately I understand. Oh, very good understand. Karyanumeya. So what does the Avruti Shakti do? Rather, the veiling that I experience is caused by a power. It is caused by a Shakti. And I gave the Shakti the name Avruti Shakti. The creation I experience, I know it should be caused by a Shakti, and I gave the Shakti Vikshepa Shakti. That means. So in the inside, it veils the difference between me, the real me, and the mind, senses, the body, and makes me take myself to be this. Clear? One realm, inside realm. Outside realm, Bahishcha Brahma Sargayogo. In the outside, it veils the distinction between existence, consciousness, bliss, and the world of names and forms. Like how inside, I only see the mind, senses, and the body, and I do not see consciousness. Do I see? Unless it is told to me. Now I am sure all of you are seeing, yes, consciousness. That is because of instruction. Otherwise, what were you seeing? Only body, only mind, only senses. In the same way, unless instructed, what do you see? You see only world of names and forms. Do you see existence, consciousness, bliss which gives rise to world of names and forms? No. It veils the distinction. It prevents me from seeing the substratum, and I see only the world of names and forms. Aprunoti waves. Apara Shakti, the other power. Other power is Avarana Shakti. Because Vikshepa Shakti got over before. So, Aprunoti Apara Shakti. And this Avarana Shakti or Avruti Shakti is the cause of all problems. There is no problem with the body, no problem with the mind, no problem with the senses. The actual problem comes when I think I am these. Otherwise, there is no problem. Same way, there is no problem in the world. Beautiful, beautiful world. Ugly world also, what is it? It doesn't matter. There is no problem in the world. But the problem is, I don't see the underlying consciousness. And therefore, what do I think? This is enjoyable object, I should get it. This is detestable object, I should throw it. I don't know, raga dveshas. Likes and dislikes. Actually, it is existence, consciousness, bliss only. But I say he is dear to me. And I say he is bad. He is not a good person. But actually, who is he? Existence, consciousness, bliss only. Tsunami is also water. Wave is also water. Bubble is also water. I don't see this. That is the problem. So what does Avruti Shakti do? It veils the real nature of me as Drig and the world as consciousness and creates all problems. So I become Karta Bhokta and the world becomes Bhogya. Do you get this word what I am saying? I become a Jiva Karta Bhokta. A Karta Bhokta, an individual I become. When I am consciousness, but what happens? Because of identification, I become an individual. And in the world, what happens? I project likes and dislikes. And actually it is only consciousness. I am not able to go beyond names and forms. I get stuck up with names and forms. I get stuck up. The names and forms veils my perception. You must have heard that famous words from Ishavasya. In Upanishad Ganga also it comes. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyavihitam mukham. The face of truth, reality, is veiled by a golden disc of attraction. Actually, you don't have to be attracted towards anything. Because you are the ultimate source of attraction. You are the consciousness. Inside also consciousness, outside also consciousness is one undivided consciousness in which different waves are there. Dream, na? In dream, you create somebody. Your mind creates somebody. In dream, you are also created. Different things are created. And then what happens? In dream, you run behind ice cream. Who is created ice cream? You. And you run behind. And then you want Baskin and Robbins. Baskin Robbins is something like Baskin and Robbins. You run. And you go. And your friend also comes there. And then you want the ice cream. Only one is left of that butterscotch. And then your friend also takes. And then you want that, but is your friend, what to do? Problem. Where? In dream. Butterscotch is also you. Yes or no? Friend is also you. You are also you. Shop is also you. The same way you are also me. You are also me. This is also me. This is also me. Everything is me. But I don't see this in dream. And what do I say? This is my friend, this is my enemy. because it is real. So this is there also in dream, you see. Mind is also having these two powers. One is Vikshepa Shakti, it creates. Okay? And another is Avarana Shakti, it waits. It is not that only consciousness has got this, everything has got these two. Your own mind also has got these two. So the problem is not in the world. The problem is in the belly. So Vikshepa Shakti is creating, but actual problem is where? In the Avarana Shakti, because it wails, because it does not enable us to see the reality unless instructed by Vedanta. Knowledge removes ignorance. No? So Vedanta will remove this Avarana. And Vikshepa, let it remain. What is the problem? Till whatever time it has to remain, it will remain. No problem. That way. Okay. Sufficient for that. Or prarabdha is there. All because of its started. All right. Following. The word following is very interesting now. Have you thought of that? Following means what? My thought is going and you are able to follow. Just following me. You have not left me. You have to follow me. Some of you have no other jobs.